here.
Hello, YouTube. This is the problem with Hear Me Outs. Professor Lando. Yeah, we like Professor Lando here. He explains the film, the lore about anime so well.
Hear me out.
Hear me
a
out.
common phrase nowadays within the academic community, but sadly one that is far too often misused. People
Yeah, that's
using
true.
This
There's so
phrase
many hear me
to
out.
describe conventionally attractive characters.
I mean,
characters like
before you judge me, if you see, wasn't that the granny from Dan? Like, guys, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I would. Ouch.
Cammy from Street Fighter, or characters like 2B from Nier, or even characters like Scolio, Elastigirl from The Incredibles. Now, obviously,
I mean, I can understand Elastigirl because everyone's basically into Elastigirl.
any sane person would find any of the aforementioned characters attractive. So, when people say, hear me out,
Yeah.
what exactly am I supposed to be hearing? Let's find
lots of
out
things.
in today's class.
University of Ligma!
My name is Professor
Go
Lando,
Cat
and
Boys.
welcome to another lecture here at Ligma
Professor
University,
Lando,
home of the
Ligma
Cat Boys.
University.
Now, I asked my students to submit their best hear me out for me to evaluate and grade in today's class. But first, what exactly are the correct parameters for an acceptable hear me out?
That's a good question.
There are two main requirements for an acceptable hear me out.
Yes.
The first one being, the character must not be conventionally attractive.
Not conventionally attractive.
And ideally, the less conventional, the better.
Okay.
And the second requirement is that the character must have some sort of subversive or innate
Goonable
quality.
Okay.
And this might take the
Like
form in one of two
Elastigirl's
ways. Either
stretchability,
physical
right?
or emotional. And if you're confused on what that means, maybe some examples will help elucidate it for you. Now, let me show you some of my personal hear me outs that might serve as an example for what we're looking for.
Yes.
Heimlich, the caterpillar from Bug's Life. Now, for the physical aspect, these soft and supple ridges that segment the caterpillar's body are undoubtedly going to be a pleasant physical sensation. Imagine the ribbed pleasure as you feel your way over it. Tuk, 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 tuk. Can't ignore the multiple hands and feet. But perhaps more importantly, I'm interested in the emotional intelligence of the caterpillar. I find it very attractive that he has goals and aspirations, of course, wanting to become a big, beautiful butterfly.
Big, beautiful butterfly,
My next example is going to be Eve from Wall-E. I guess Pixar really knows how to make them. Obviously not conventional due to the lack of humanoid proportions.
Smash the clanker!
Eve does, however, convey a bit of femininity, perhaps some sensuality, with the shapes involved here. Very sleek, slender design. That, paired with
if you're
personality,
gonna turn into clanker smashers, this is it. That's it. I'm out.
Cold towards Wall-E, but eventually showing much affection. So it's that playful nature combined with her sleek, slender appearance that make her a perfect hear me out. My last example, Samus from Metroid. Now I know what you're thinking. Professor, that is definitely a conventionally attractive character.
That's
true. And you would be correct. But I'm not talking about her Zero Suit Samus form.
Why not? That was perfectly
I'm thinking of a different form. And you might be thinking, I know what you're talking about.
No,
you must be thinking of Samus's armored suit. And I like that you're thinking out of the box. But the form I'm thinking of is not even this one, but rather Samus in her morph ball form. The form she takes when she rolls up into a little ball. Now, you might be confused on this example right here, so allow me to give you a bit of a visual. Imagine Samus in her morph ball as this watermelon. And now imagine further picking up Samus in her morph ball form and ripping off some of that armor.
Okay.
And on the inside, Samus. I bet she's real sweaty from rolling around as a morph ball all day. So for Samus and you, this would be a sort of a BDSM, but instead of latex and rope, you have Samus rolled up into a ball. And that's what makes Samus in her morph ball form such a great hear me out, because you're only really limited by your creativity here. So for this assignment, students can either pass or fail. But if I find their submission especially good, that student will get a gold star.
Ooh! Gold star.
DGamer014's Hear Me Out is Melania from Elden Ring. And they note, I'm willing to be infected with scarlet rot. Although Melania, on the surface, is a conventionally attractive woman, she is afflicted with the scarlet rot.
What is the scarlet rot?
Unfamiliar, scarlet rot, described in the game, is one of the divine elements of the outer gods, whatever that means.
Okay, that sounds not so bad.
Eats away at life like a vicious plague.
What?
So you would get some sort of incredibly debilitating, I assume painful, and most importantly, deadly disease.
Is this like some sort of space god cancer or something? Why does it sound like some sort of weird holy cancer or so? What the fuck? You are infected now with space cancer.
By partaking with Melania. But Melania is also estimated to be around 8 foot tall. So, mommy.
Yes, very mommy. Very.
Is a pass.
Passed.
King Soul's Hear Me Out is
very based.
Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda. They note, he big and strong and aggressive and fluffy.
Well, the furries made it into the video, guys.
And me.
It's the furries again.
We can note a very strong build, very broad shoulders, an aggressive demeanor, combined with a typical bad boy attitude. I would have to say that Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda is quite conventional in terms of taste and for the context of Hear Me Out. Perhaps the only thing not conventional about him is the fact that he is a furry character, an anthropomorphic animal.
That's what I told you.
But by today's standards, I would find this particular type of furry, you would be hard-pressed to call it not conventional these days. Fail.
Very fail.
Tortellini's Hear Me Out is Louis from the Pigmin series.
Why?
I think first off, I would like to point out that Louis is wearing...
Why would you smash the pigman astronaut? Why would you do that? Why? They're so tiny. What the fuck? How would that even work? Would they basically be destroyed as soon as you... Why? How? What? My brain is not braining right now. My brain is not braining. What the frick? Oh, shit.
Protective gear. So you know he's going to be safe. But more importantly than that, I think we need to note that Louis and Olimar can command a army of pigmen, a horde of tiny creatures that obey their any command.
But that's small.
Louis can have all these pigmen do whatever he wants. Now, when it comes to the physical sensations, just imagine a bunch of pigmen commanded by Louis. He's in the corner, perhaps in the cuck chair, in a way, blowing his whistle, and all the pigmen. I'm going to have to give this one.
That went into some sort of territory I don't want to imagine.
My first gold star. Pastrami's Hear Me Out is Echo from Overwatch. And they note, ever since this character released back in 2020, I see swear I've been more and more into robots. I was rewired, and I will not go back. I would call this a borderline case, personally. I think that Echo, for the most part, has pretty humanoid proportions.
Yeah, but she's a clanker.
Conventionally attractive in the sense that it kind of looks like a slender, curvy woman. But upon further inspection, there is an odd creepiness about her. The face, no hair, and being this sort of mannequin-esque look does kind of make her slightly unnerving, but still retaining a bit of that attractiveness. And in terms of the body, if you look here, particularly the leg and arm joints, I do appreciate that in some sort of robotic, gravitational, anti-gravitational sense, are detached from the pelvis and the torso. So this is a hard call for me. But overall, I think I would just barely pass Echo.
Yeah, this is only barely
pass. Also, she's got some major DSLs on her. Dove's Hear Me Out submission is the stand Notorious B.I.G. from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. noting that it has
Notorious Big from
durability.
Jeeba. Oh my god, that one.
So I assume
That
the
looks like a
appeal
brain.
would be the
Looks
sort
like
of
some sort of
squishy,
brain.
soft texture being exposed underneath these armored parts. I
Bruh.
assume something almost like a brain.
Yeah,
And for
yeah,
those of you
same
who are
here.
unfamiliar, the stand Notorious B.I.G. from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure
Okay.
grows exponentially by absorbing energy and is, like the student stated, invincible. So in theory,
Okay.
the goonage could be exponential. As you goon,
Wait, what?
it will absorb the energy, becoming bigger,
It's absorbing the
perhaps
goonage energy?
squishier, and
kind of monster is it gonna
long-lasting, most
turn into?
importantly. But I think you forget the
kind of monster is
activation
gonna-
requirement for
What kind
this
of monster can
stand's
absorb
power.
goonage?
In order for Notorious B.I.G. to activate its
no.
powers, its user must be deceased. Now, I'm not sure
Bruh.
by what manner you could make this occur, but
we
here at
can
Liberty
make it
University,
happen.
I can't advocate
We can make that
violence or
happen.
aggression against any persons, unless it's the person driving the truck flashing their high beams at me. Is there not a limit to how bright headlights can be? It's crazy.
So that's why Truckun is always going for people because of all the weird hear me outs.
Easy, man. I could barely. So, in consideration for a hear me out, I'm going to have to give this one a fail.
Ah, okay,
Angie's hear me
failed.
out submission
Damn.
is an in and out
What's so
double
close?
double, animal style. And they note double the meat, double the fun. Well, let's find
the-
out. You do, in fact, have a double double, but what are the contents? Let's take a peek in there. Seems like.
Oh my
we
god,
do
stop
have
spreading
two
that.
patties, thus the
It's
double
just a
double.
burger.
You could see there we
Why?
have pickles.
Guys, this is not true. This is not true. You would not go into a freaking burger, wouldn't you? It's not true, right? You would not do that. This is meant to be eaten, not to be good. What the fuck? You wouldn't do that, right? Right? Right?
We got the lettuce right there. But why don't we find out? Let's take a bite. I actually haven't eaten all day. I don't usually when I film these.
Bruh. I wonder if he's able to share.
The shit out of that burger. Pass. Zach490's Hear Me Out
Okay.
submission is the Bucky's Beaver.
The Bucky's Beaver.
Although Bucky is, I assume Bucky is the name of the beaver, is simply that,
now it's
a
another
big
furry.
beaver. I think that
Damn,
there are a
it's
lot
either
of perks with this specific Hear Me Out.
It's either furries, clankers, or food. None in between. It's always the same. Why, though? Why?
Out. With 54 locations in the United States, Bucky's is most likely a very accomplished and wealthy business beaver. Bucky locations offer fuel, ethanol-free fuel, as well as EV charging. Not to mention the countless food items and choices that they serve to the countless of customers on a daily basis. Most importantly, the official Bucky's website claims that Bucky's has the cleanest restrooms in America. Well, maybe not after
That's just a thing that I cannot overlook. The cleanest restrooms? Have you seen public restrooms? They are always so filthy, so fucking fucked up. Like, you cannot go outside into a public restroom and expect that they're gonna be clean. This is unthinkable. This is impossible. This has to be debunked. This it cannot be real. This ain't real. I call bullshit right now.
Bucky and I get our time in there. You're gonna have to close down for renovations because I'll tell you what, there's nothing I like more than a big, hairy beaver. I'm giving Bucky's a gold star. Vic
We like
Viper's Hear Me
beavers,
Out
yeah.
submission is
I thought he
the
was going
Spider
for
Devil
furry
from
treatment.
Chainsaw Man, noting, hear me out 8 times.
Okay, now hear me out, chat. I mean, legs. Legs. She has legs for every day of a month. Come on, I mean, she's still very humanoid. Come on, I can understand. I mean, this is still doable. It's not a furry. It's not a clanker, and it's especially not a burger. You cannot judge me for having wanting a waifu that has multiple legs if you're gonna go goon into a freaking burger. You cannot judge me. You cannot judge me for this. Like, come on. some of us still like legs, so let me have those. Let me have those.
Times the fun.
Oh.
Now, I think it's not a stretch to say that the non-conventional part about the spider devil, or Princey, I believe her name is, would be the 8 gigantic, grotesque
She's really humanoid
spider
for a
legs
spider
that
devil.
are razor sharp and could pierce through an entire person's body.
That's
She
actually
also
hot.
has a zipper going down the middle of her face.
Wait, what?
Otherwise, the top half is pretty standard, pretty conventional of a woman. I mean, people do have a primal fear of spiders for a reason.
I mean,
but in evaluating this hearmeout, there's an important question to ask, and that has to do with the 8 legs, of course. Here we have 2 different models, 2 different versions of a bottom-to-top view of the spider devil. Now, my question is, when it comes to points of entry...
It just makes me wonder, if you're into her, who's gonna be the bottom? Like, I don't think you can be... Oh shit, does this mean I'm gonna become a bottom if I... Oh. Oh no. Fuck. Fuck!
We assume for each pair of legs,
I am not
there's
bottom,
going to
okay?
be 1.
Not...
But since the spider devil has 8 legs, is there going to be a point of entry for each pair of legs? Or is there only a single
how many are
point
those?
of
Wait. Let me count. How many are there?
of legs? Or...
Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my. Oh my. Never mind. Fuck this. I'm gonna be a bottom for this one. Fuck this.
Is there only a single point of entry in the center of the legs, almost like a squid? And I know what you're thinking, students. I'm sure most of you would prefer Model A.
Yeah.
But might I say that
I would prefer Model
it would get
A.
a little difficult and awkward to navigate between all the legs. And remember, they're razor sharp. They can pierce your body. But with one, you can get right up to the center and be nuzzled in the grasp of all the spider legs all at once. And
the perfect middle is good and everything, but
if I'm being
hear me
honest,
out. One for every day.
I'm going to give the spider devil a pass.
Yay!
Arc Visual's Hear Me Out is experiment number 210 from Gravity Falls, specifically season 2, episode 2.
What the
And
fuck
notes
is that
it
one?
functions like Ditto from Pokemon. It can...
This looks like a fucking Cloverfield monster or something. Which is honestly kind of funny how we already watched this today and we see it now again. Huh. Coincidence? I think not.
Turn into anyone just by licking their DNA.
Oh.
So conceptually, with this Hear Me Out, we have something like a
Ditto
Ditto
can turn
who
into
transform
anyone.
into anyone or anything.
Ooh.
But there's an important caveat here.
Yes.
With this creature, it can literally turn into anyone, but by licking their DNA.
That's
you have
actually
to consider that your options, I assume, unless you're some sort of detective or spy, are going to be quite limited.
DNA
as an
everywhere.
average person, you might have access to
could
maybe
have
your own DNA or your household, which I imagine would include
this is cool.
your mom and dad.
What?
Maybe.
What did he say? What did he say?
Access to detective or spy
What?
are going to be quite limited. As an average person, you might have access to maybe your own DNA or your household, which I imagine would include your mom and dad.
What? Nope. No thanks. Nope. Nope.
Maybe brother? Sister?
Okay, that's it. Okay, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No.
Or your dog? Not quite the breadth of options I would like with my
I thought
Hear
it
Me
couldn't
Out.
get worse.
So unfortunately, I'm going to have to give this one a fail.
Yeah, definitely failed.
805
That's
Rats,
definitely
Hear Me
failed.
Out, is Gwen from Total Drama Island. I mean, that my friend, is just an incredibly attractive goth girl with short hair, perky melons,
That is good.
tight waist, and wide hips. I can't think of anything more conventionally attractive than that.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to fail you.
Wait, what?
Cat HQ1's Hear Me Out is
Wait, what?
Cessna 1's to
What?
think of goth girl. A fail.
What? Why?
805 Rats, hear me out, is Gwen from Total Drama Island. I mean, that, my friend, is just an incredibly attractive goth girl with short
Who doesn't like a totally attractive golf girl? What the fuck?
hair, perky melons, tight waist, and wide hips.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything more conventionally attractive than that. I'm afraid
this is
I'm
normal.
going to have to fail you.
Yeah.
Cat HQ1's Hear Me Out is Cessna 172. I believe that is an airplane. And notes,
How?
my beloved. Airplanes.
How
yes,
would you even
the Cessna 172 is, I assume, a name for a specific type of airplane. And similar to Eve from Wall-E, we have sleek,
it's the slick design.
curvy shape, line expression.
I swear, if it's a... I feel like there's so many clanker frickers in this. There's so many that just want to frick clankers. All the clanker fricker.
So I do understand that. But in terms of people gooning to airplanes, there is a whole other world out there. Not only do people find actual airplanes attractive, the interest has spawned multiple subgenres, like plane anthros. Similar to a furry character, people anthropomorphize planes in a very sensual nature to where they're like kind of like a thick animal-like plane thing. And speaking of furries, there is an even further subgenre
category.
Furry plane anthros, where they're like the aforementioned plane anthro, but furry versions of them. So when it comes to the goonability of airplanes, it seems like I'm not one to deny. Pass.
This thing got it pass.
That's all for class today, students. I hope you learned something, and we'll use the phrase "hear me out" more accurately in the future. I'd like to thank my supporters on Patreon, and especially to the students, who I'm about to call, for detention after class. Kami, Klaus, Leafy T, Haley, Fastra, Dreamy, Blurry Pixel, Kismet Nightingale, Crystal Vu, Henry Joe, Scrambo, Jules, Hacky Sack, Keiko, and Liad is gay.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next lecture.
Oh my god. A fanboy in the back.
Students, we have just reached an incredible milestone.
Yeah, of course there's a fanboy in the back. This is Ligma University. Do you think they have normal boys in here? No. It's all the cat boys, fanboys, and furries.
This YouTube channel here has just reached
like, look
1
at this.
million
There's
subscribers.
a freaking cat boy.
That's 1 million students and 1
There's
million
a fanboy.
eager minds. I want to thank my dear friends and family, as well as all of you students who came to class every lesson, ready to learn something new. From furries to fanboys or twinks to twonks, I'm incredibly proud of everything we've done. I'm looking forward to what Ligma University can do in the future. Thank you, and go Cats.
Ow! Why would you smash a plane? Why would you smash a plane? Bro, it was not bad enough that we already want to smash all the robots. Now we want to smash all the freaking planes as well. This is the end of it. The next generation will not have cat boys. They have plane boys. Oh my god.